Hello, everybody, and welcome to Telling Tales. Here we tell atmospheric stories together through the medium of tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we are doing almost certainly the final session of Jack's We Deal in Lead. I'm going to point... Hey, I did it in the right direction. That's Jack there. We Deal in Lead game. I think it's about a month since the last session. More, I think, because we were doing
like
bi-weekly.
or something.
Holidays and all that kind of stuff, but this is it, probably. So before we get started, other things on the channel. Wednesday nights we have Simba Room, our longest running thing on the channel. This coming Thursday we are streaming the second pre-recorded episode of Delta Green, which Steve ran, and myself, Justin, and Sam were in. Jack, you weren't in it, were you? No, Jack wasn't in it. No. I like how you had to think about that then. Yeah. And next Monday, we will start the Masks of Nyarlathotep game that I am running, and all three of these people and some other people are in. I'm very excited and also scared. And next Thursday, I think the Yellow King is on again. If you haven't watched those, then check them all out on our YouTube, which is linked below if you're watching on Twitch, or if you're watching this on YouTube, then you're already on the YouTube. But there'll be a link to Twitch below the video, and also our social media, our Discord, and our Patreon. And now I'm going to move the cameras around, and then Jack can do a recap.
Whoa, magic technology. So yeah, so the previous session, or the end of the session before that, you entered a mysterious magic door, and as you sort of went through the door, you found yourself in sort of darkness, creepy voice speaking to you, and you found yourselves in sort of notable events from your past. So for Elle and Alan, it was the sort of moment where one of them almost killed the other, and I think it's still up in the air about whose fault it was and everything. And for Bertold, it was his sort of framing and eventual hanging. And then there's a sort of another moment where they all met, or where Alan, Sykes, and some of the other gunslingers that used to ride with their gang sort of met Bertold as he was laying in the dust with a noose around his neck. Short fight with some oily wolves. Sykes got shot in the face as well, I think I remember.
Yeah, we killed Sykes. It was badass.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you found yourself on the other side of the door in a sort of castle hallway. And then 6 weeks later, here we are. I'm saying it's 6 weeks. I'm not sure if that's actually right, but
we've just been chilling us all over 6 weeks.
Yeah, by 6 weeks, I mean 6 weeks in our world. I think through the magic of tabletop role-playing games and imagination, it's been mere seconds for our characters.
Could you describe like where we are and what we see now we've kind of come out of the portal on this side, Jack, for us again?
Yeah, so it's like stone walls, like we'd recognise as sort of like a medieval style castle. You've got a sort of damp, muggy feeling in the air, a lot like Britain at the minute, and there's sort of an air of sort of corruption in the place. It just doesn't feel like a great place to be.
It feels like different from where we went through the door. So if I look back, it's not like the tunnel is back there or something. This is a totally different place in as far as we perceive it.
Yeah. So the door is shut behind you.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Can we see a way out?
There's a corridor in front of you.
Yeah.
I kind of look at the other two and gesture my head.
Guns out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So make your merry little way across and on the corridor. To your left is a set of reasonably large wooden double doors, and on the right is a single wooden door. The corridor carries on going in front of you for a little bit, and obviously you can see there's like a door further along and sort of like a junction, like crossroads and stuff.
Okay. Pause at the door, see if we can hear anything, maybe?
Yeah. On the big doors, you hear sort of almost like a scratching noise. Not quite like a rodent scratching or anything, but more somebody writing.
Mm-hmm. Nothing in the other door.
You can't hear anything on the other side.
Okay, I will like motion to that door and be like gesturing to it with my gun with a shrug as a question.
I'll nod.
Okay, I'll count down like 3, 2, 1, and then bash the door open with guns drawn.
Yeah, the double doors was this.
Yeah, in the direction of the noise.
Cool.
I'm going to keep an eye out on what's going on behind while this is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always wise if you're kicking doors in. So yeah, you kick the doors open, and behind a desk, sort of writing, is a weasel-headed fellow who is looking surprised that some angry gunslingers have kicked the door in, and he's going to reach for his weapon.
I will shoot as soon as possible.
do we mean literally weasel-headed here, Jack? Like has the head of a weasel? Because that's possible here, right? Or do you mean he's a weaselly-looking man?
Oh no, head of weasel like you've encountered before.
Yeah. So bad guy, basically. The good old animal head, they're a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's a nice, easy tell that, I must admit.
For now. Well, from your point of view, they're bad guys. They could be really nice people. Weasel people.
Wait, are we the bad guys? Is that
we're not saying
no, we're not.
Weasel people are bad, but
just the ones
that we encounter have not been very nice. That we haven't got enough data yet.
Yeah, if you're going for a shoot, are you going for a kill shot or a?
You know what? We've clearly got the drop on this individual. Like, I might try to intimidate them to not pick up their weapon before I shoot them straight away, because there's 2 of us, our guns are pointed at them.
That is
I would like to try and intimidate first. Because it seems like a bad idea for them to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's a heart roll. I don't know whether this has anything sort of in terms of like advantage.
I mean,
you do. So yeah, do that with advantage, seeing as fact he's surprised and you're pointing guns at his face. So that's roll twice and
roll twice.
Lower.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a 2 and a 5, so we're good.
I mean, both of them pass, I guess. So yeah, he freezes with his hand sort of reaching towards the sort of crude-looking rifle that he's got.
Good choice. Throw it on the floor now.
Yeah, he sort of knocks it onto the floor.
Yell for help when you're dead.
Sorry?
Yell for help when you're dead.
He's sort of a little bit too scared to say anything at the minute.
I guess I'll have a glance towards Bertold now, see if you have any questions you want to ask immediately, having scared him.
I think I might go and pick up the piece of paper and have a look at what he was writing. But from our side of the desk, I'm not going to wander up to give him a chance to.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You pick up the paper. You see a sort of list of names you don't recognise, but then you see the names of some of the gunslingers that you rode with before. So Silverlock, Kleb, and Agnes.
But not our names, I presume.
No, not your names.
Where are we?
You're in Castle Backman. Did you come through the door?
Look, do you think we're going to answer your questions?
Yeah.
Is this where the gunslingers come to? The way they're taking them?
Yeah. Yes. This is where they've been coming to.
What have they done with them?
You're not going to shoot me if I tell you, are you?
If you tell me the truth, probably not.
Well, the good man, he needs an army, and gunslingers are quite good at killing people, he says with a bit of a wince.
But they wouldn't just serve him, would they? What is he doing?
Well, he has his ways of persuading.
I'll look across to Bertol again with a glance. I'm going to step close enough to pick up the rifle from the floor and sling it in my belt. What should we do with this one?
Is there something we can time up with?
You could let me go. I can tell you where the armory is. You like guns? There's guns in there. There's weapons, tools, anything you want. Just let me go, and I'll point you in that direction.
You can go back through that door out there if you tell us where they are, where the armory is.
Okay, yeah. He says, go to the sort of the crossroads in the middle of this corridor, turn right, follow it round, and then turn right, and the door's on your left. Big metal door. You can't miss it. I can go now, right?
I will point the gun as this individual walks back towards the door, but nod.
Yeah, he sort of cautiously walks to the door, and then when he's sort of near the door, scurries away as quick as he.
A weasel-like fashion.
In a weasel-like fashion, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one seemed fine.
Mm.
Do these rifle?
Yeah, I probably will be able to look at the rifle.
They fit with. They fit in. They are the same caliber as anyone else's
Yeah.
weapon.
Any lead?
There's a couple of bits of lead in it, but in terms of caliber, these are dog shit compared to yours.
No, so we can't get any extra lead from them.
Well, lead's abstract, I guess, in the game. So
Right. Okay. I would like to set off to this crossing point in the corridors and have a peer around.
Yeah.
Do I see anything?
So, sort of looking down one end, you see that the tunnel has collapsed. So looking at it, so you come up from that way.
Yeah.
Looking at it that way, so left ways is the collapsed way.
Mm-hmm.
So the right is the sort of, you see it curve round,
Mm-hmm.
and then straight on, you see the end of the corridor, and you also see a door on the right as well in that sort of block.
And I can't see through the door. Well, there's not a window in the door or anything like that.
You'd have to go up to it to see if there was.
Okay, well, I'm going to go up to it and have a look.
Yeah. Yeah, you see there's a little sort of viewport in there. You're taking a sneaky little glance.
Why not?
Yeah, you see what looks almost like a canteen. And you see a number of sort of bestial, so animal-headed people, some human-looking people, sort of just sitting around, chatting, eating.
How many?
You've got a couple bestials, so a weasel and a rat face, and about 3 humans in there.
Okay, that's a manageable number of them. I'll go back and convey this information.
Did they look armed?
I assume they're armed if there's an armory.
You'd have saw like their weapons on their belts. They're not like the.
They're not packing serious, but
I think we go to the armory first if we can get there without being spotted. Maybe find some stuff to help deal with all this lot, if we have to.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the main objective here is to get to head honcho, right? Why fight all of them?
I don't know if it's. I don't know if that's the main objective. It might just be get enough people out of here alive.
Would we make an assumption, Jack, the people, the humans in there look like they might be gunslingers, or are they just lackeys?
They look like the sort of lackeys that you've been
fighting
before.
Fine. Yeah, I say that we carry on and just be aware that they're behind us. Keep an eye.
Okay, sounds good.
Armory?
Yeah.
Why not?
Did he say the gunslingers are being kept the same direction as the armory?
I don't think he specified where they're being kept.
Oh, okay.
He said they are. Should have asked that, to be fair. Yeah, just trying to remain fairly unseen, stealthy to the armory.
Yeah. Cool. So you start to make your way following the weasel-headed man's directions, and you get to the sort of last corner before you turn to where you're expecting the armory, and as you turn the corner, you do see that there is a guard posted outside.
Yeah, I hopefully won't stumble into view of the guard. I'm intending to yeah.
Who's at the front of your?
I feel like Elle is sufficiently strong-headed. She probably would be, unless someone had. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Do you want to do a
Dex roll?
Dex roll, yeah.
Yeah, that seems very fair. Yeah, that's a 19. Looks like I am stumbling out.
Poor decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guard spots you stumbling. Well, I don't think he's necessarily stumbling around the corner, but strolling around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And he has wasn't necessarily expecting someone to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything you want to do while
gunslingers look quite distinctive, don't we? Like, we probably couldn't play it off like, just...
You can try.
Can I'm gonna make a roll on something. Oh, okay. Yep, I'm happy with that. I am going to jump out after Elle and push her and be like, I told you that we were supposed to be back there.
I will do the best job I possibly can from trying to make my gun unseen. So I'm unthreatening. And be like, right, fine, sorry. And just go in the direction suggested.
Okay. Someone needs to make a heart roll. I'm guessing Jonny from leading the deception.
Yes, I've rolled a 4. It's a D20, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 and I have 8 in heart. So
nice. Yeah, I don't think he necessarily. I think he looks a little bit confused, but he wasn't necessarily expecting trouble. So if someone offers him a somewhat reasonable explanation,
I was pointing past him as well.
I see. So we just walk. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. I will just continue down the hallway, just like I'm just. Oh, it's this way. Oh, always get lost in here. Trot by.
And then as we pass him, I'm going to try and put him in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Sense. I'm fully prepared for this.
I'll be coming around the corner around the same time, kind of assuming that Bertold was doing something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What's your strength, Jonny?
14.
Yeah.
It's my good stat.
Cool. I think there was some grappling thing, but I can't find it now. So we'll just say it's a melee attack, and we could do let's do a contested strength sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That sounds likely.
Oh no!
No.
Wait,
Well, then what did you get?
we can do something, can't we?
There's no rerolls at all in this.
Oh,
No, I know. It's so cruel.
I rolled a 19.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, what was your strength?
14.
14. Okay, yeah, you failed by more than he failed.
Okay.
Because I realised I thought, does it even have contested rolls in this like that? But that seems like a good enough way of doing it. Who failed the most? Yeah, so you don't quite get him in the grapple. He slips from under your grasp, and we are in a combat sort of situation now.
Best laid plans and all that.
Yeah. Do either of you two want to take a sort of surprise action?
Oh, I would love to stab him immediately with my
Yeah,
sword.
I was also thinking of stabbing.
Yeah, it's quieter. I guess
Yeah,
maybe
that's a given any time of you, Jonny.
maybe I'll go.
True.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll go first, given it was just basically I'm right next to you, hoping this succeeds. Oh, it hasn't succeeded.
Yeah.
I think you're probably going to go for a stab anyway, as Jonny was grabbing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing you've probably done before.
It seems like a good idea when someone chokeholds someone. For the we just roll damage, right? For the weapon, there's nothing else to it.
Yeah.
Okay, my saber is D8. That's an 8. That couldn't have been better.
Nice. Really got to remember how to play this game. Cool. So he's going to do a critical save because that was quite a lot of damage in one go. And he fails. So, yeah, you get him right in the jugular before he has a chance to. I think he gives maybe a garbled attempt at a shout out for help, but there's a knife blocking his airway. So
I will give a slightly unsettling smile as he bleeds everywhere.
Is that it now? Is he removed from combat?
Yes, yeah, he's
Okay.
dead.
So does the armory door just open?
He's got like a ring of keys on him that would open it.
Because my plan is to open the door and pull him into the armory, basically. If it's like a big enough room to pull somebody into.
Yeah, it's a decent enough room for, for him to be laying sort of flat on the floor.
I do love the good old nothing happened here when we opened his jugular just outside the front door. There's probably blood everywhere.
Yeah, there's not a mop in here to clean blood.
He just cut his finger, has gone to the medical room.
But I will say there is a very big difference between seeing that something has obviously happened and you don't know what it is, and there being a dead body of a guard.
It's true. It's true. I'm not trying to diminish the point. The idea.
So you are in an armory. There is, lots of sort of mundane weapons, swords, clubs, knives, whips. Anything you can think of mundane weapon-wise, really.
Lead?
Yeah, there is an amount of lead that I will...
Let's have some lead.
Wow, 16 bits of lead.
Well, that sounds like 4 bits of lead each.
No. More than 5. 5 and a bit bits of lead each.
Wait. Damn.
I'll take 5.
I'll take 5 as well. That puts me on 15, and then whoever
I'll take 4.
Whoever has less can have more than the rest.
I've got loads of lead. I've got like 15 lead if I take all this.
I've got 15.
Okay.
Doesn't lead weigh something? No, it doesn't. It weighs like 1 point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll take another one then.
Yeah, go for it.
So I've got 13 now. Great.
That's great. Is there anywhere that looks like it is a secure storage location where one might put gunslinger's arms that you were putting in an armory? That you would confiscate from a gunslinger, for example.
They just look like a more sort of secure lockbox.
Okay. I'm going to see if any of the keys that we've got open that lockbox.
You try them, but to no avail.
Do I think I can shoot the lock off?
It's like a padlock. So,
right. Well, then I'm going to try. Can I try a strength roll to try and break it off first before I resort to shooting?
Yeah. What are you using? Anything, or are you just
gonna,
going?
Maybe
Did you
grab.
lever a dagger into it or something?
Well, there's loads. I'm going to grab like. I'm sure there's some kind of metal bar either as part of a weapon that's in here or something.
Do the
else.
twisty trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I was just going to smack it, but like we can do that.
I think the twisty trick gives you advantage. Smacking it would.
I don't think I know enough about locks to.
That was in character. Elle said, "Do the twisty trick."
All right. Okay. Fine. Well, I rolled 10, which is 3 under.
Yeah. It opens up with a.
Fantastic. This is good.
Break the heck out of that lock, and inside
Brawny.
is a gun.
A gun.
A gun.
What kind of gun?
Let me roll for it because rolling dice is exciting.
It is exciting. I'm always a fan of being excited about dice rolling.
It would be fun if it was a 6-shooter and Alan could get a pair of 6-shooters now.
Well, the gun belongs to someone. It would be wrong to.
Well, temporarily at least.
Well, temporarily,
You know, commandeer it.
And they might be dead.
It might be. Might live a clean.
Where's the table for rolling your guns? Page 86.
That's the most exciting part, finding out what gun we're going to get.
Here we go. It's just a D6.
Okay, pretty good.
And
If it's like a rifle in a glove compartment-sized box, I'm going to be pretty impressed.
it's a repeater.
Right. Have any of us got repeaters?
Yeah, I've got a repeater.
Can you dual wield a repeater?
You can't dual wield the repeater. But I might have a good look at the repeater and see if it looks nicer than mine.
Goodness me. This belongs to a gunslinger and it needs to be returned.
Yeah, I'll keep mine too.
All right.
But
I'm happy to sling the repeater.
What's the got to get the important part? What wood and what decoration is on the repeater?
let's go with that.
Critical part of a gun.
8 is a silver grip.
Silver gripped.
With a hawk engraved in it.
I'm
That's
not gonna
good.
lie, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I have not got a hawk, and I do have space for 2 more load if I was carrying it.
I have space for 5 load, so I could put it on mine because then you've got more space for your fatigue.
That's true. You're welcome to carry it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going.
I mean, if you load it up, in theory, you could spend like a fatigue to do the quick draw thing, and you won't have to reload.
That is true, actually. Yeah, that is a good point. Okay, I'm gonna drop my spare knife because I'm actually maxed out on slots.
That seems like a fair trade.
Yeah. Repeater.
I'll hold on to your knife. Why not?
Silver and hawk. Yeah, you can have that knife. I mean, we're in the middle of an armory.
I'll keep an eye on it for you.
So guns weigh 2, don't they? Yeah.
You could certainly think that, yeah.
Jack, could I look around for armor, if there is any, and explosives, if there's anything to make a big boom?
Explosives? Yeah, I think there's a couple of sticks of dynamite in here.
Oh, 100% picking them up. Is there any armor of any sort I can grab? Because I think I'm the only member of the group who doesn't have armor.
Let's have a look. Yeah, there is a padded poncho. That's one of the armors, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yes, padded poncho, which gives you 1 defense, albeit it is bulky, which means it takes up, I think.
Ooh, taking up those slots.
But it goes into your armor section, obviously. So
yeah, that's 10 of 12 I'm on now. Worth it.
Right.
Dynamite too.
We're suited and booted. Does this corridor that led to the armory go anywhere else, or is the only way out through the cantina?
You could sort of go right out the armory door, then do another right, and follow it around that way, which sort of takes you around the other side of the canteen. That makes sense. You would have done then almost.
I think it's worth doing that, or chucking a stick of dynamite into the cantina. Those are the two things. Maybe doing both. Maybe like waiting for the gunfighting to start and then chuck a stick of dynamite into the cantina when it all goes to shit.
Is our mission here killing everyone? I think we should find where the gunslingers are being kept before we do anything else, because we're still somewhat under the radar.
Yeah.
Also, if we find the main guy and we've got a stick of dynamite, we could just lob it in his office.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, I think save anything until we need to use it.
Okay, sounds good. Let's keep moving then. There's no time like the present.
Yeah, you avoiding the canteen for now. In front of you, as you sort of follow the corridor around, you see a more ornate set of black wooden doors with a very gothic skull motif sort of on them.
Well, they're a little heavy-handed.
Do we hear anything? It's like against the door.
You hear sort of almost like pumps and machinery going.
Okay.
Can I slowly open the door?
You can give it, you give it a try and push the door slightly open.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you want to do with this slightly open door? Try and peer through, or
through? Yeah.
Inside, you hear a voice saying, "I can see the door opening. I know you're there."
Then I'll step in.
I'm getting a stick of dynamite ready.
Okay. I can step in and close the door behind me.
I've lifted my rifle. Absolutely.
I think what I'll do is I'll step in and like leave the door ajar,
Mm-hmm.
but slightly close it behind me so that it's not clear what Ellen Berthold did there, and then I'll walk in.
Okay, so inside you see a sort of large, ornate, gothic black throne adorned with skulls with the same level of subtlety that's on the door. And to the right of it, sort of a chair, and in this chair is what at first glance looks like a skeleton, with sort of growths and tendrils and stuff coming off of it, and sort of metal tubing. And from here is where you can hear that pumping sound coming from. However, taking a further look at it, you recognize it as Sykes, but looking on the verge of, well, a skeleton, very sort of almost desiccated. And you can see in his left hand is the pink orb that started all this off. Although, well, you only know it from description, I guess, because you weren't there in the initial thing with it. With a large crack running down it from where it was shot, and it looks like it sort of fused into his hand, and in his right hand is his revolver sat on his lap. You also see your former sort of gunslinger running mates, Greg Silverlock, Kleb and Agnes, looking not as bad as Sykes, but not themselves, sort of standing on guard. And then you also see a man in sort of almost black double denim, giving you a wide, toothy grin, and he says, I know you all. I know there's three of you. You're the two. You may as well come in. Let's have a chat. You muted, Jonny.
I'll use the tip of my rifle to push the door open a bit further and step in.
I'm going to light that dynamite and walk in with it held behind my back.
Sure.
I'm going to try and keep my finger on the fuse near the end so I know when it's nearly burnt down. We'll see if that
go,
works.
ow, and drop it.
Hopefully before that.
This has got a bad idea written all over it.
Walking in the room seems like a bad idea, and you've already done it, so I thought I might as well follow up with more bad ideas.
And what do you three hope to be achieving here?
I'm willing to talk, but if Al's got a stick of dynamite, I don't think that's going to be a long conversation.
Hey.
But yeah, broadly, we want the release of we want the gunslingers released. Even these reprobates, even Sykes, he deserves to pay for his crimes, but this doesn't seem like a fitting way for that to happen. But I could leave Sykes if it's necessary.
Yes, I don't think Sykes has as much choice about where he goes anymore. Do your Sykes, and he'll sort of pat him on the shoulder. He's quite enchanted by that orb of his, although it's come in handy, hasn't it, with persuading you lot. Sort of, and he looks at the other gunslingers that have a sort of vacant look on their face.
I was going to say, do they look to be under some kind of thrall? Okay.
Yeah.
I might just yell some of their names, not that I can remember them right now anyway, just to see if I can get any response out of them. But I assume I won't.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And why should I let you leave and take my playthings with you?
I'm not sure you'd be letting us do anything, but
I don't think you're in control here, so anything you do is by my leave.
Okay. What do you need gunslingers for?
Building an army. Gunslingers are... Well, you're gunslingers. You're very good at killing, and that's what an army's for.
Is this individual armed?
You can't see him with any weapons.
Jack, just a check-in. Have I felt that fuse yet?
Oh, why don't you give us a D20 and we'll...
Okay, cool.
See how much time we've got left.
So you roll under a 15 and you're fine for now.
That's a 4.
Okay.
We can keep on monologuing a moment longer.
But the second thing is, whatever number you roll is how many seconds you've got left.
If I take a step towards Sykes, is there like a few steps towards Sykes? Is there any reaction?
Yeah, you see the sort of enthralled gunslingers reach down to their 6 shooters. He says, why don't you just stay there? I don't think our friends here would appreciate you getting too close. I didn't hear any fighting, by the way, so that means there's a whole canteen full of my people behind you as well. It doesn't seem very wise to get yourself sandwiched between us.
What is the orb? The pink orb? We might as well tell us if we're going to be enthralled or dead soon anyway.
It's a great power from long ago, and put simply magic. But in terms you'll understand, I guess. Has many abilities, and we're primarily using it for its powers of persuasion, among other things.
But it doesn't seem very long lasting if this is what happened to Sykes. And these already look like they're not going to last too long. You're not building a very prolonged army, are you?
We have our ways of keeping the thralls going. Persuasion is just one of its powers. Obviously, prolonged contact, like poor Sykes here, gives it Obviously, you can see one of its more negative effects, at least for the holder. Do you want to give us another D20, Sam? And this time you want to try and get under 10.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, yeah, you're feeling that fuse.
Yeah, I'm not hanging about at that point. I'm just going to toss it. I think I'm going to toss it directly towards the orb, rather than the bad guy. Figuring the orb is the big problem here. And then I'm just going to yell, "Get down!" and dive backwards. On the assumption that we've got a second or two until this goes off.
Okay, I think for you, because you're the one throwing it, you can just dive backwards and.
How close are we, especially me, to the? Given that I also took a few steps closer.
This is vengeance to Fern. We'll be even after today.
If I can, I want to dive back out through the door. I didn't come far into the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was kind of my intention too.
Let me. Let's hope dynamite is on the items table. Otherwise, we'll wait.
Yeah, true. I'll take that from 2 sticks of dynamite to 1 stick of dynamite because you said a couple.
Let's hope it the other one doesn't get lit.
Let's hope it does. It's got to have dynamite in there, surely.
I'm sort of control F in it. I can't see anything, but I might just be spelling dynamite wrong.
No, I've done the same, and also have that is ridiculous. That's like the most gunslingery thing I could imagine. We did on there, not having that.
You know what? Let's just stop playing.
We're done with this game. I mean, it's going to be a fair bit of damage if it goes off, right?
Yeah. 25 weapons, mundane. Not really a mundane weapon, is it? But
could you just up something's blast?
That's true.
Because there's the blast thing, isn't there?
Yeah, that's probably the best thing. That's.
Yeah. It's not a popular system that there is a common Google for.
There we go. So there is in the excursion encounters, 2 compact grenades, D10 blast as a sort of treasure. So that seems like a good dynamite, basically grenades. So yeah.
Do I get a D10?
Yeah, roll a D10.
Is this just one single D10 for
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Do you need us to roll anything, Jack, for
roll as a dex to see whether you avoid the explosion or not.
Okay, that was a 5.
No.
Sorry, folks.
Cool. So what did you get, Sam? Sorry?
5.
5.
Did you make it out, Justin?
I'm not going to try and dodge.
Oh, okay. Surely you can try and just duck down.
No, I'm just going to try to shoot. I've got loads of gunslingers around that have been distracted by someone throwing an object into the air, and this is going to be the best chance I'm going to get to shoot them.
Fair enough.
I would like to do my rapid fire thing, whatever that was. Found the hammer and fire 6 shots.
Okay.
Against 6 targets. So it says blast damage, but I don't know if blast damage is like it's saying you're shooting at. Blast attack. It's blast a specific thing, isn't it?
Yeah, blast. So affects all targets in the noted area, rolling separately for each.
Yeah.
Cause explosions, cleaving onslaughts to a meteorite impact.
Does that mean that the dynamite needs to be separate for each?
Yeah,
that's too much of a fact. Oh, okay, yeah.
But that seems like
yeah, that's a lot.
Of. I'm just gonna say 5 for.
It's a nice even middle number.
Yeah.
I really hope this gets the orb. God, I hope this gets the orb so bad.
There'll be a big flash of pink light if it does, from what I remember.
And then you end up in a train.
I
That's
honestly,
other power.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, so I roll 6 shots, 1 miss. I get 4 grazes, which do 4, 4, 4, and 3 damage.
Okay.
And I rolled a hit, which does that just do my full weapon damage?
You roll.
It hits a roll, your full
for a hit,
damage.
Yeah.
A d8, which is a 4.
Okay.
So I roll 4 4s and a 3 damage. I don't know how many gunslingers there are up.
Go for the suited guy. Go for the suited guy.
They've all been knocked down, but they're all still in combat.
Okay, how many of them are there though?
3 of your sort of gunslingers, then Sykes in the chair, and then this mysterious stranger.
Then I will be shooting the 4s into, so 3 of the 4s into the gunslingers, and then a 3 into Sykes. And why not put one of those 4s in the grinning man? That's 1 shot each at least. 4 damage for everyone apart from Sykes, who gets 3, because he looks like he's in shit state. So
that was a good plan.
If I get to choose where I put the shots,
yeah, I'm not going to make you roll more dice.
Grazes suck so much.
You got some good grazes. You got 3s and 4s on grazes. That's a lot.
That's true. That's true. That's true. It's better than I normally do. But I think 90% of the shots I've shot are grazes.
I was going to say I can't remember what the shoot table looks like, but it seems like you rolled a lot of grazes.
Graze is the most.
I think the chances are, yeah.
Yeah. It seems a bit weighted towards graze in my book.
Okay. So does that cost me one of my grit?
Yeah.
It's fatigue
no,
to do a fan hammer. So it's an inventory slot.
Okay, cool. Great. That's me. I guess that's what I'm doing. And I take any damage from
5 from being
5 damage
from the dynamite.
And that hits my. Do I get to defend any of that?
If you got armor on, it reduces it
by that much.
Yeah.
Bertolt took that too. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I took 3 because I've got my reinforced leather jacket.
Not so bad.
Cool. I'm down to 3 grit. I'm loving it.
Ouch. Sorry.
That's worse than getting shot.
Look, it happened to everyone, and it was mostly enemies, so it was still a good choice.
Okay, cool. That's what I've done. Hopefully, everyone else feels like they can also do things now.
What happened with the dynamite, Jack? Did everyone kind of get blasted over then?
Well, I was going to say it exploded.
Yeah, good.
The gunslingers sort of were blasted back, but this grinning man is still on his feet, still grinning, not looking entirely that phased by it. And Sykes is still 2 steps away from being a corpse in a chair.
Mm-hmm. Still holding the orb.
He's not dead for being shot. He's still fine. Fine.
Well, we don't even know if he's alive, really.
Cool. So
I'm going to be reloading if I get the chance.
Yeah, I think that's an action, I think, isn't it, to reload?
It's a turn, yeah.
So, quick as a flash, the grinning man is going to throw a dagger at you, El. And it's not a gun, but he's going to roll on the shoot table because it makes it more interesting than just hitting. That is a graze for 2 damage.
Okay, that's 1, which is okay because I've got my armor.
Kleb and Agnes are going to spend a turn getting up off their feet, but Silverlock, one of the other gunslingers, is going to shoot from where he is on the ground at you, Alan, seeing as you're also there. And would you know it? That's a graze. But 4 damage.
So I am dead.
You have a scar.
And I'm reduced to exactly 0 grit.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I can die. I guess. No, it's not a good thing.
Well, you get scar, which is cool.
It's better than being reduced to -1 grit.
Is it?
Yeah, because you get a cool little scar or big scar.
Technically, until you get minus, you have no negative penalty, I think.
It can be bad.
Right?
It can be very bad.
It's only when you get below 0, it's a problem. 0 doesn't actually hit your stats.
Yeah, if you get hit again, it starts hitting your strength.
Result. So I took 4 damage. I took 3 damage.
Yeah.
So at reducing it to often reference damage taken. 3 damage because it's 4 minus 1 for my armor is concussed. You're deprived until you rest, and then you add d6 to your max grit. So that is good.
That is good. At least after you rest.
If I ever get a chance to.
So deprived is lacking something crucial, such as food or rest, or just having a concussion, I guess. Leaves you deprived and unable to recover grit or ability scores after 1 day's deprivation, which you wouldn't really have that because, well, hopefully. After 1 day's deprivation, add 1 fatigue to your inventory daily. Fatigue and deprivation lasts until you recuperate a full night's rest in a safe spot minimum.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it just means after this combat you won't get your grit back like the other 2. Which isn't a great place to be, but if you can survive, at least you'll have some more grit to show for it. What do you 3?
Well, I assume it takes me a turn to reload.
Yeah, I think that was yours.
Wasn't that? Is anyone else blasting?
Go on, Johnny. Maybe if you want to go first.
I'm going to try and shoot the orb again.
Because that was my thinking, but you have the rifle.
That's what I'm going to do. So
I could have been fine from that shot if I hadn't just.
Guess what I got?
A 1?
A miss?
A graze.
Oh.
For 3.
3.
Does that mean that it just also sinks into Sykes?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, the orb is very close to me, sort of clutching it. So yeah, I'd say pings off the orb into him.
Lose a finger, right?
I think he almost doesn't have fingers anymore. They're just orb. Everything is the orb. And with that, his eyes almost shoot open and he stares right at you, Bertold. He doesn't look very happy that you've shot at his precious orb. Is that in character as well?
Yeah.
Anything to make Sykes unhappy. I think I'm going to also shoot the orb. I was thinking I might cry pardon and shoot 3 targets, and one of those will be the orb.
Or shoot the orb 3 times.
Can you shoot the same thing multiple times with your special? I wasn't sure about
that.
Because it says 3 targets, and that doesn't really tell you whether that means 3 different targets.
Definitely unload into the same thing. Like that. I mean, like that's my you can't.
Each of these attacks take a toll. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it's for you
last
to
damage to 3 targets, and then last affects all targets in the noted area. I think because it's cooler giving you the opportunity to unload like a whole round or whole magazines, I guess, in these sort of weapons. But
yeah,
do you know what I mean? All your shots into one one thing or
probably
guard.
I am going to take 3 shots into the orb. Okay, so that is 3 attempts at the shoot table, which is a D12. Why is there not a D12 right now?
I suppose the one thing that stopped you doing that is in the rules, multiple attacks on one target in a round only do the highest damage.
That's a very good point.
So it's not like you add them all up.
No, it's 3 chances.
But it's 3 chances to do the amount of damage.
Well, just for the sake of shooting the guy who throw a knife at me, I'm going to shoot it twice and the guy in the suit once. Because I am vengeful. That is my character trait.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If I was vengeful, you should watch out, Sam.
I mean, I think in terms of
this was vengeance,
a transactional sort of combat, you threw dynamite at him first.
I
mean, he captured us first in the big scheme of things. The dynamite was recompense for that, and then he threw the knife. So now I've got to get him back.
Yeah.
Okay, my D12 for him first of all. Then that is a miss. God damn it. Then a first shot on the thingy. That is a graze, and then a maximum damage. Nice.
Wow.
So, oh god damn it! It's 2d6, not 1d12. Let me roll those again. I thought it was weighted. I just spied out the top. Sorry.
That would have been good.
That would have been good. So instead, I get a graze on the suit guy, smiling there. A hit on the orb, and a graze on the orb. Could be worse.
The hit's the better one, right? So
yeah. So let's graze I'll graze the suit guy for 4 damage. That's all right.
That's good.
Nice.
And then hit the orb, which is a D8 with my gun. Oh my god, so many dice.
If you roll less than 4, you should also roll the graze and see if that's
4. We only ever roll the same as. And then also a graze on the orb, which is a 1.
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't have rolled better than a 4, so yeah. With that, the orb does sort of crack into the sort of along fault lines that you caused before, and Sykes gives out a scream of pain as the bullet then also does pass through into him.
His hand thing.
And sort of a horrible.
When you say crack, is it like a crack has appeared, or is it like it has cracked open?
2 or 3 pieces.
Good.
So it's not like shattered.
Does it still look pink and magical?
There's still a glow about it, but an almost more unstable.
Okay, that's good.
Well, how has the smiling man reacted to all these bullets that are not hitting him and all the rest of it? And
he feels great about the ones only grazing him at most, but he obviously sees the orb being cracked and he's not smiling so widely anymore. It's more of a grimace of anger.
My smile is directly reflects his less. The less he smiles, the more I smile. It's just inverted.
Okay, yeah.
just so people know out there.
Oh, it's good to know. Did Berholt do anything?
Yeah, you shot the orb originally, didn't you?
Okay.
I did.
Is that the second round?
Yes.
Yeah, that's everyone, I think, done that. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get shot at again.
Yeah, you're going to get shot at.
Nice.
What the heck?
It was nice knowing you all.
Would have been real good if that orb being cracked had stopped this.
There's 3 gunslingers, so I think that's a shot at each of you seems fair. So the first at Alan is an 11, which that's a miss.
Miss, yeah,
That's
you're good.
Miss.
That's destiny.
And L is a 4, which is the exact opposite of a miss.
No, like.
Well, it's not. Well, yeah.
Hey, that's only 1 damage.
Oh, my armor stops it.
Which is soaked? No, bypasses.
Does it?
Yeah, I believe the guns they.
Oh yeah, the knife would.
Then I wouldn't have taken my scar. Actually, I'd have just taken. I'm down to -1.
Oh.
So that's 1 off your strength.
So that's a permanent structure.
But that scar was so good. Why did you have to mention that?
At least you get your grip back.
Is
If you survive combat.
that permanent strength reduction?
Semi-permanent.
I think, yeah.
It'll come back.
Yeah, it can come back, but
I got my stuff back, but it took a couple of sessions or something.
yeah, it's like an amount of time of rest, properly in a safe place.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then Bertold, 10. So a miss. These guys suck.
That's good. I mean, they are pretty garbled in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a knife is going to be thrown at you again, El. You've got a rival now.
Goddamn knifey guy.
For 11, which is a miss as well. You're fine.
You suck. I yell at the knife throwing guy.
So your threes guys goes again. You hear footsteps running from the canteen that will be here.
I think it not. I mean, dynamite. I say, looking back at El.
Sure. I'll light another dynamite this round.
I'm going to take a shot at the main guy now. Now that the orb has cracked.
Yeah.
Can you use your thingy? Do you have enough?
Special ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, well, that would mean that a successful attack deals max damage, but that might just be 4 if it's a graze, right? Like, it's pretty risky.
Oh, but if you got that's fair.
But my dire strike thing is D6 strength damage. So if I just roll and get max damage, that would be like pretty brutal. Anyway, I'm just gonna roll because I feel like it's yeah. That is a 6, which is a hit.
I bet you wish you used your thing now.
And then D10 damage, and that is a 7.
Nice. He looks very pissed off. Don't you start?
Imagine shooting somebody for like 70% of maximum damage a rifle can do, and that's how they respond.
Yeah.
And he tells you off like you're a
a kid in the back of the car. Yeah.
I'm going to turn this castle around and we'll go home.
Goodness me. Did you shoot yet, Sam?
I'm running the other way with a dynamite stick.
Right, yeah. Well, then I'm going to do another. So I'm just going to keep fucking fanning the hammer, and I'm glad I said that right. And then, yeah, I'm just going to keep firing it. I'm going to be targeting the gunslingers who are shooting, I think, because they are doing more damage than the knife-throwing Smiler Man. So, yeah, I guess I'll just do that again. So I will be rolling 12d6. And see what happens. Okay, so I have a hit. No, a graze.
There's a lot of dice rolling in this when you do.
Right. Okay. This is better. So the first one takes, I guess, we'll just see. So graze and a graze. The first one takes 4 damage from my best of the 2 shots I shot at them, whatever one the first one ends up being.
Yep.
The second one takes 8 damage from the best of my what was 2 full shots that hit that one. And then the third one has 6 damage. I've got a graze and a hit, and the better one was the hit that did 6. So we had an 8, a 6, and a 4.
Ouch.
Ooh, let's all 3 of them need critical injury rolls now.
And I am on 11 out of 12 inventory slots.
Yeah, I'm on 12 out of 12 now, so no more ability for me. I guess unless I drop one of those repeaters.
I'm glad I stocked up on lead because that's a lot of lead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't reloaded, so I'm using
I
it.
truly am dealing in lead.
So the one that you knew as Greg Silverlock has blasted off his feet as the bullet strikes him in the heart.
Oh, I like that guy.
Yeah, well, he is no more. What to do? Same with Kleb. As you get him between the eyes.
Good. I hate it, Kleb.
Did they? Am I remembering what they betrayed us, or did they not?
They were captured or presumed killed in sort of previous things.
Yeah, we don't have evidence they deserve to die. I mean, they're trying to kill us, so it's not exactly unfair. But...
I mean, you broke the orb and they were still shooting at you.
Yeah, that was kind of a maybe this'll. Oh no, I guess we're gonna shoot them.
Or maybe they came to and saw 3 people shooting and throwing dynamite at them, and their instincts took over. But you know, you may never find out.
Is the last one alive?
The last one is alive, but Agnes is not looking great. But still, fortunately, somewhat fortunately, at least for your conscience, I guess, under the thrall of whatever power was there.
I feel ambivalent about Agnes.
I mean, dead or rescued is fine.
How is your job at search and rescue going anyway?
No one left behind. That's what
oh gosh.
Did you roll, Jonny? Did you?
I've not yet. I will go now.
You don't have to roll. You could just.
No, I would like to.
I would like to do maximum damage, actually, Jack.
I might. What is it? 1 fatigue point to use my special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Let's have a go.
Let's have a go.
The other right? Does a graze count as a successful attack?
Yeah, I think
and it would just do the max graze damage.
I'd say so because everyone else is.
I mean, where I read it is that your graze does 8 or your full rifle damage, but that's my read of it.
Oh, but the max damage for a graze roll would be 4, wouldn't it? That's you know what I mean. I know I'm downselling myself.
I see it differently. That's me.
I'm going to roll because this may be an irrelevant conversation.
Yeah, steady shot still max damage kind of implies the max damage of your weapon.
I rolled 5, so I get max damage.
Yeah.
Okay, we can.
Which is what
now
12
for next time.
I think that we asked this before. Does that now do my dire strike? Because I got
no, I think we decided it didn't. I think we said if you roll max damage is the wording for dire strike, and you haven't rolled max damage, but you just.
I think that's.
Well, this was the better option because I rolled a d10 to see if I should be upset, and I got a 3. Yeah, so I'll just have the 10. Thanks. Yeah.
Who are you shooting again?
This is the suit.
The good man or whatever he's called.
Now, if he tells you off like a school child again, this will be worrying.
Yeah.
I think.
What did you? Sorry, max damage.
10.
10. Yeah, that's.
I wouldn't want it to happen to me.
So yeah, you blast him off of his feet, and with that, you start to feel the ground shake beneath you. and the walls start cracking and the floor starts cracking. It's not going well for the castle.
This is obvious outside of the room as well, where I am, like in the hallway.
Yeah, you can feel the ground shaking, and you see the cracks are forming from the throne, but I think sort of narrow ones, not necessarily enough for someone to fall through yet, but heading your way. Incidentally, you've got a group of people that have come out of the canteen heading towards you now.
Have they noticed this? Do they seem to be reacting to it?
I think they've noticed it, but they don't know whether it's anything different to the, they're coming to investigate the explosion that they think may have contributed to this.
Gotcha. Well, I don't actually know that this has happened, but I think it's an assumption. And actually, with my bluff anyway, I'm going to be running at them with a dynamite that's now lit, screaming, "Your boss is dead!" Which is now true, but so I feel like I might have a better chance of bluffing this since it's true.
Yeah, go on then. Do us a heart roll with advantage then.
Hey. Where's my D20 on? There it is. Okay, well that's a fail. And that is also a fail. God damn it. One off.
They look like they don't care that their boss is dead. They're out for blood now that you're threatening them with dynamite.
Well, I guess they get the dynamite then.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's really their choice.
If you don't like being threatened with dynamite, you'll get hit with dynamite.
I'm going to throw the dynamite as into the middle of the group and then turn around and run the other way.
So it's D10 then. And we'll, again, I mean, it's up to you if you want to roll separately for how many did we say there were? Like 6 of them.
Go on then. Let's do that.
You can.
Dice are fun. 3, 2, 9. There we go. 10 and 6.
Yeah, you look like you've blasted about half of them away.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
So there's still 3 looking bruised, which is probably an understatement after they've just been hit by a dynamite explosion, but still ready up for a fight. The other 3 are pieces.
Told you.
And one of them is going to take a shot with their mundane gun, which is a D4 damage. They're not a gunslinger, they don't roll on the shoot table. But it seems unfair to give them any more than that. So it's only 1 damage, which doesn't bypass your defense. So it's a shitty gun shot by a shitty person.
Mm-hmm.
And it would suck to make like the automatic hit gun just as good as yours.
That would suck, yeah. Given that the lowest they can roll is a 1, and we have a good chance of rolling misses.
Yeah. And the other 3 are sort of closing, or the other 2, sorry, are closing the gap towards you. So you have 1 gunslinger left in the room. It's a toss-up who they're going to shoot at. Let's decide with a die.
It seems like Defern's been killing a lot of people.
He does. He keeps machine gunning his revolver into them. Well, so yeah, let's go with you then, Defern.
Yeah.
Why are you volunteering yourself?
I'm not volunteering.
You're on the point of dead. You could have not said that, Justin.
That's a 6. So that's a hit.
Cool. Roll it.
For 6 damage. So when you are getting your strength damaged, there is a thing called critical damage. So could you do a strength sort of save for us.
And what happens if I fail this strength save?
You will be incapacitated, apart from crawling weakly, grasping for life.
Then I am incapacitated.
Cool. Die within 1 hour if left untreated. So
Sounds about right.
I mean, you've been shot quite a few times now, and
It's not a lot.
tanked a dynamite explosion.
And someone dynamited me.
Yeah. It's good job you guys don't have like a passive one of you almost killing the other that could be.
No, don't worry about it.
It is
We'll
a
just.
good job.
I hope there's no dynamite in masks.
Assuming Defern lives through this, this has been sufficiently like near death that we'll be even.
Yeah, that'll be interesting in masks.
With our husband and wife characters.
It's a fiery
No, let's
relationship.
run. Cool. Okay, so I've taken my shot. The first
Yes.
been dropped.
Yes.
Who else is it now? Yeah.
Elle, what do you
So
want to do?
Oh.
Or Bertold first, whoever.
Yeah, I'm in the hall. Go for Jonny first.
So there's one person left in here.
There's one
Is that right?
person left,
Yeah.
and Defern has been shot by them and down.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that person.
I mean, technically, there's also Sykes who has a gun.
Is
But
Sykes still
isn't
going?
really
'Cause
doing
the portal-
anything, right?
Well, he seems preoccupied and sad, but he's holding a gun. Just putting it out there.
He's having
He
a
hasn't
really bad
shot
day.
it yet, but he is
Yeah,
there.
he's sort of wheezing and mostly dead. So he's not
Yeah,
shot.
so I'll just shoot the other gunslinger. Oh boy, that's a 3.
That's
So that's max damage.
Oh, and it's a natural max damage
Yeah.
roll. Do you get your?
Your die
Wait,
strike.
no, wait, roll. Did we say roll? But
Yeah, he rolled and got max damage, so that's right.
yeah,
So
that is
it's-
right.
yeah.
So you do get your
Yeah.
extra bonus.
Additional D8
I think
there.
it's if you roll. What's your rifle damage? D10, something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, no, sorry,
If you roll a D10 on a hit, or you roll maximum damage on the shoot
Yeah.
table, I think that's when it kicks in.
That makes
D6.
sense.
Sorry, it's a D6. strength.
just the one strength damage. So 10 normal damage and 1 direct strength damage.
That's
pretty
fine
pretty
Mhm.
because you were hitting their strength anyway.
The rifle
And
is so
also-
swingy.
That's what it probably supposed to be, though.
Hmm.
I mean, it's
crowd-
one of those ones where I guess it's supposed to be somewhat realistic that, yeah, when you get shot, it hurts. Rather than, being able to tank loads and loads of gunshots. And I think Defern did not too bad. Again,
I'm
he
pretty
tanked.
happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm taking out twice the number of gunslingers.
So
Yeah.
is that guy down now?
Yes.
So now my intention, I know that it's not my go on this turn, but will be to go and check on Defern.
Cool. I'll just say, like, kill the smiling man. Leave me, Berthold.
So, did you say in the hallway, Jack, they were still coming at me, some of them?
Yeah, there's still 3 of them coming.
What is with these people? I guess I'm going to have to try and quick draw my other repeater then, because this one's out of ammo.
Yeah.
Peter, the silver repeater with a hawk on it. I'm hoping it's loaded.
That does cost you 1 fatigue, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, for quick drawing, it's.
Well, I'm dropping my other repeater, so that gives me 2 back, I suppose, if that's okay in the rules.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, so I'll do. I can just do that by spending fatigue. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, all gunslingers have that as a special ability.
And
Oh,
did you say? Go on.
it's draw and fire in one motion. Yeah.
Did you say there's 3 of them?
Yes.
Could I use my special attack?
Why
Or is
not? It's
that-
costing you a fatigue to do it. So
Yeah, I'm now.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's 3 of them, and it hits 3, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, the 2d6. Get this right, so get this right. Okay, that is a graze, loud dice, a miss, and a graze. Woo! So 2d4 damages for the first and the third one. A 2 and a 1. Oh my gosh, I am nailing these guys with this special ability that I spent 2 fatigue to use. So I'm down to 5 shots. Cool.
So yeah, they're caught up with you. I mean, are you retreating as you do it?
I think I'm walking back now. Yeah, back towards the rest of the group, assuming they're still there and alive. And like it's not like we're losing footing with how quick things are cracking or anything. It's just like places a bit.
Not yet. No.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm getting back to the room.
Cool. So yeah, obviously in the room, you see Fan on the ground, and Bertold has just shot the other gunslinger, and these 3 guys enter the room, clubs drawn. One's got a sword as well. So Defern, they're not going to bother with you because you're bleeding out. So 2 will attack you, L. So that's 2d6. That's only 2 damage, and then any defense reduces that by.
That's all right.
Defense.
I'll go down to that.
And then 1 against you, Bertold. 3 damage.
And I can reduce that down because they're mundane weapons. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. If you've got any
cool.
defense, that gets. It's only ones that roll on the shoot table, of which are all dead now, that bypass your defense.
Perfect.
So yeah, you got these 3 guys stabbing at you. Anything you want to do?
Bertold, you want to go first?
I guess I'm probably too close to sensibly shoot now, right? If they're stabbing at me.
There's no minimum range. I mean, if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, where you got like the rifle and you get close to him and he sort of goes under the chin. I mean,
great.
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do that.
That seems very gunslingery.
Gun fu at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to use my fancy thing. I did roll a 7, which is a graze, of course.
That's what you get
for
using
a
a
4.
rifle so close.
It's a 4.
Now, a graze does actually make sense when in close combat with a rifle, to be fair. Like, that's kind of logical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they knock you away and you shoot just as you like.
Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to be done. And again, your gunslingers against guns are reasonably uncommon in this world. So everyone's going to try and get close to you unless they've got a ranged weapon. So it sucks to not be using the thing you're named after. Cool. The graze is enough to actually kill him, though. He fails his critical strength save. So it's a good graze, graze up the jaw or something, which
nice.
You don't have to kill someone to knock them out of combat. That's still going to put someone out of action. Or at least it puts this guy out of action.
Nice.
Guess
I will also try and shoot one, yeah. Shoot the one that's got the sword if they're still alive.
Yeah.
That's a 4. That's a hit, isn't it? A 4? Yeah. So that's D8. Tell you what. 4. Why do I always only roll 4 on hits? That's the 3rd time that's happened.
Wow. That's actually passes his critical thing. He's got 6 strength less and he rolled 4.
This guy really wants to come get us, despite the fact everything he's hired to fight here for is done.
I think at this point it's kill or be killed, though. Are you going to let him go, really?
He decided about the dynamite. He was committed after the dynamite, really, wasn't he?
There's not a lot of coming back from that for anyone. Also, 1 on each here. So that's 4 on L.
And reduced to
3
3.
on Bertold.
6, still just good. Armor is so useful. Go ahead,
Are
Jonny.
you going for a shoot back? Or
Me?
either or?
Yeah. I'll shoot the other person. Oh wait, no, I need to reload now.
Stab.
Yeah.
Stab.
Yeah, I'll stab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like sort of like my rifle's on a a thingy,
It's
a sling. So
sling.
I'll just kind of let it go and drop it behind me and
pull a knife out and go for it.
Yeah. That is a 6 on a D6.
Very nice. Let's see how many he rolls. And yeah, he fails his critical strength damage thing roll. As you plunge the knife into him, and he falls to his knees, bleeding out, dead. Al, your go.
Let's finish the last one with a shot and a graze and 2 damage. Let's finish the last one.
And yeah, that graze is enough to kill him. That's. I mean, he had 4 left. So
it hit his little toe, and that was it.
No, I'm done. Just yeah. Yeah. So you are now in a room full of dead bodies and potentially the soon-to-be dead body of your compatriot, colleague, comrade.
I want to dash to look at the smiling guy. Is he dead? That's the most.
You look for him, but you can't see his body.
Oh shit! Is there any sign of where he went? Because we didn't come out that door.
You can see now.
Bastard's gone.
You hear Sykes wheezing.
Yeah.
And as you were getting close, obviously, to where the smiling guy was, so that brings you closer to Sykes. And he wheezes to you, El, to come here.
I will have my saber close by and walk towards him.
He says, "You really think at this point it's worth me even doing anything? You think I can do anything?"
Where did he go?
Yeah. He says, I am sorry, how it's all gone between us. It was that damn orb all along.
Make up for it. I'll give you a quick death. Do you know anything else where he went?
He said, I can set you on the right path. And you see the orb start to glow slightly, and in your head you sort of get a sense of the direction you need to go, which is through another door that's in the room, not the one you entered, but along the wall a bit from it, into a room full of other doors, and you sort of instinctively you know which one you'll have to go into when.
Well, that's super suspicious.
It was that damn orb all along, but listen to what the orb has to say about where you should go.
I'll help via the orb.
I think I do between gritted teeth just tell you to take that bastard's gun.
Oh yeah, I should have said I definitely grab his gun straight away when I get close.
He says, "Please just let me die as a gunslinger."
No, he's on the basis he deserves to.
But my other trait is it's tolerant, not merciful. That doesn't.
Yeah, no.
You taking it?
No, I'll leave it in his hand, but I then immediately slit his throat. Then I'll take the gun. He's dead now. He doesn't know.
Okay, yeah, that's valid.
Mhm.
He did ask to die as a gunslinger,
Exactly,
not remain dead as a gunslinger.
Exactly. He doesn't earn that much, but he earns things.
Even in death, there's a single solitary tear. You take the gun.
And then I will kick the orb from his like decrepit hand, or if it's like into his hand, just kick it to the floor and then just stomp on it as much as I can.
Sensible.
Yeah, you're stomping it into dust.
Yeah, good. I'm happy.
The building is continuing to crack and start to crumble around you.
Oh
What do
shit,
you want to
Nefertiti.
do?
Are you all right?
Not really.
I will move to try and help Defern up and see if I can do any roll on him, I guess. I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't think there's like a stabilization. It just says die within 1 hour without attention, but I think you can.
We can
Oh,
give him
I
attention.
think like if I get through the door and can sit down and you can like do your equivalent of bandaging me up, even if it's with scraps of stuff, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you can both sort of get him on your shoulders, sort of thing, and carry him through. Otherwise, he may as well have just died outright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Are we following those definitely cursed instructions? I mean, the thing got away either way.
So if we open, there's a door that we open, right? And then there's a room full of other doors. Was that the?
You can follow the corridor, yeah, and there'll be a room full of doors that look similar to the one that brought you here.
Okay.
You'll be muted.
Muted, Sam.
Thank you. By the way, just for clarity, I've tucked Sykes' gun into Defern's belt because I'm like maxed out. So you have his gun, whatever it is, Defern.
Cool.
You can know that now. Yeah, I guess unless the others say anything, I will just grumpily follow the instructions.
I mean, let's at least open the door. Let's see what we can see.
Yeah. You drag Defern through the corridor as it crumbles around you.
Oh, did this guy look like he bled? Was he like a being that?
Who's that? The Smiling Man, or
yeah.
Yeah, it looked like there was some blood coming out of him.
I'm looking for blood.
Yeah, you can't see any sort of like blood drippings or anything. You do pass a room that looks like it's got some mutated humans similar to the ones out of the mine in it, all penned up.
No thanks.
No, fair enough.
It's good. Not now.
Nah, just like,
got enough on our plate. Sorry.
Just like if I opens the door, closes the door.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to sort of at least for a few seconds assess whether we're going to go through this other door rather than be forced to leap through it or be ripped to shreds by
mutants.
Yeah, what is on the other side of the
cave
door? Is it
mutants.
particular?
Sorry.
Sorry. With the mutants on the other side of the door, that was what it was.
No, they were on a different door to the one that is the magic vision door.
Okay.
Yeah, you follow the corridor along, and you get to a room full of these magic doors, all sort of set in the wall surrounded. Only one of them looks like you only get the sort of magic vibe from one of them. The rest of them almost look flat. And the one or two that is magic is the one that matched your vision.
Oh, we're walking into our deaths, aren't we? I will say, continuing on this path.
Do you proceed through? You open it?
Oh, I want to open the door and see what's there, but I'm a bit, blinking out everywhere.
Yeah, I think we're resolved in this action, aren't we?
I mean, we don't have to walk through if we open it. That's the first step. First step is open the door, have a little look see.
Yeah, you open the door, and on the other side is a nice woodland.
That looks nice. I say, coughing up blood.
Is there any sign of the guy we're following?
No, not really any signs of life other than general woodland life. Yeah, you've not got like a horde of angry weasel men on the other side, or a trail of blood drops or anything.
Does this seem like looking back at the building a bit from the doorway? Like, does this?
No,
seem like,
it doesn't seem like that.
yeah, it's not.
You can't see like a
exit.
shadow of the building or anything.
Yeah, it's not like this is a normal exit from a normal building. Yeah, gotcha.
No.
Okay.
I could go first.
Just let Defern flop through the
Push him
doorway.
through, see what happens.
So bad. We just stand there with our arms crossed as Defern like goes, crawling along the ground.
They're like a massive fork creature comes along, picks me up, and flies off. I'm like, yeah, I mean, maybe we're not going.
Do we know this place, Jack? Before anyone steps through, is it like it's just a bit of woodland, but
You can't recognise it in the same way. I think if any of us had dropped in most woodland.
All right, speak for yourself.
It's not woodland you recognise them.
I think Elle genuinely doesn't know what to do and just stands there for a moment.
The castle continues to crumble
Yeah,
around.
Yeah, moment.
I'll step through.
Yeah. We'll follow.
The other two can see you on the other side, unharmed, as if you'd walked through any other door, albeit you've now in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So once all three of you are through the door, it slams shut behind you, as these doors like to do, and you find yourselves in a dense woods, no idea where you are, and at the end of season 1 of Weeding and Lead. I should have put you guys on, the edge of a cliff or something. Then it would have literally been a cliffhanger, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been.
But no, you're in a wood.
Nice.
It's a wood hanger, but that sounds weird.
I hate portals that don't make sense to anywhere. That just so frustrating. Where the hell are we now?
Ace, thanks, Jack.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that. That was I hope a satisfying conclusion to the
Lots of
finding Kill Sykes arc.
Yeah, that was fun. Did we skip like loads of stuff in that castle?
Not really. No, I think.
Okay, good.
There was the last bit with the mutants, but that was sort of, and you could have had a shootout in the canteen as well, but you obviously chose not to. But you will hit like the main points. I actually did a map for the castle as well, which I've not done for any of the other bits, but
Nice.
It's a little dungeon crawler.
Nice.
I guess.
Where the hell is that?
Well, I think we successfully dealt in lead, so that's positive.
We have lots of lead has been dealt in.
Yeah.
How much lead does Defern have in him now?
In him, if he manages to pull out some pieces, he might be able to get back up to 14.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I definitely think we should come back to Weedale and Lead at some point.
Yeah, be good.
Any comments and questions, I guess, from the audience,
perhaps, or
even the players, if they want at this point?
I can put some things up.
Go for it.
This was in reference to me talking about saving the dynamite from Steve. Always important to hoard any potions you pick up for until after you've defeated the final boss. As a long-time Final Fantasy player, I can confirm that is the correct way to play things.
But there might be a bigger boss. It might have another level.
It's when the music changes and the health bar fills back up.
Another one from Steve. I hope it's comedy prop dynamite that pops out a little bang flag when the fuse burns down.
I love to imagine that Elle would have then done the next one. Like, this one's got to be different.
Cracks are forming from the throne is the opening lyric of my new album.
Yeah, great.
It was very good. It was a good piece of lyricism there. There was descriptive language employed.
Another one from Steve, wheezing and mostly dead, relatable.
Mm-hmm. You're one after that, Jonny. Yeah.
On a similar theme from me, die within 1 hour without attention. Sounds like me. Oh, that's a nice one. 42. Nice. Congratulations on finishing the campaign.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, 42.
What's everyone's thoughts on the system?
No, wait a minute. 42. Was that congratulations on finishing the campaign as in for the GM and the players to play? Or was that congratulations on actually managing to live through the campaign? Because
surely.
Either way, I suppose.
Little from column A, little from column B.
Because it's funny, it kind of feels really lethal, but you still somehow live, which is an interesting sort of. I mean, just.
I think it's the fact that your grit comes back so easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it feels really lethal, but the fact that it's almost like a short, sharp lethality, but then over a long day, it's not as bad. It's not like you gradually get worn down. You could just be unlucky.
Yeah, they're like just temporary hit points, aren't they, that then just come back. So as long as you don't take that, and then once you got armor as well, like I mean, you know, that's the big last fight, and I took 4 damage. You know, because the armor soaked the hits that I did get. For the most part.
I don't think the game is nearly lethal enough. I really do. I really do mean that. Like most, like I mean, I've been reading the Dark Tower series alongside it a lot, and I, like no one survives being shot by a gunslinger in the books at all. Like, there are no grazes, and I think the system could be. I think the system could be more punchy like that.
I agree about the criticism. I agree about the graze thing, which would make like normal combat fine, like because most people you're fighting don't have gunslinger guns, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But when you're facing a gunslinger, suddenly it's like a really scary prospect because I do think graze is too common. It shouldn't be the most common dice rolls. It should be like 9 up or even higher to me. Like it's kind of a boring thing as well because full damage is fun. So maybe just have like just the 9 be a graze and then.
Especially because full damage often doesn't even kill.
No, exactly. Because it's a dice roll. sometimes you can roll a 1 on full damage. So what's the point in a graze? Maybe you could just remove it.
That's my view. I think that like, I think this. I would if I had the ability, I'd suggest a few tweaks to.
I think that's the only big thing I'd change. Like I would probably just almost remove graze and try and rebalance the game a bit around that.
I think maybe
I suppose. Sorry, go on, Jack.
Sort of making the enemy's health weaker as well. Or instead of and making them more sort of cannon fodder enemies, sort of literally do. It is a bit like that in the Dark Tower. Like I said, there's more people that they fight, but they blast them away in like a shot.
The gunslingers just tear through people. Like they like dozens and dozens and dozens of them in seconds. Like it's appalling. It's appalling the damage the gunslingers do. And I think that's interesting because like I think that they devote quite a lot of space in the book to the whole discussion of like the chivalric aspect of the gunslinger tradition. I think they could do a bit more on that and social encounters and things like that, and like the whole idea of having a quest and all that stuff, and then make combat more lethal. And I think that would. But then again, that's just everyone can be a critic, you know. Like they've designed a love. I really do like the system. It's a very good system. Overly positive. I just wish I just want to be dead by this point. I think Alan should have died. Alan should have 100% been dead.
I mean, it wouldn't be a big leap for the GM to still have you die.
100%. Yeah.
I think doing it off screen at this point though
would be fine. Actually, I think.
I
think know Justin loves his characters dying.
Yes.
If we do like a second season or something, I'd like to do more of a chance where you are in a not combat situation or just facing enemies. You were sort of in the abandoned town, then you're on the train, and then you're on the train's destination where obviously they're not going to be friendly there, and then into this whole thing.
I feel like we had good chats in every session because the combat's sufficiently speedy and punchy that you have time for stuff. So I feel like it was nicely paced. I wouldn't say we had too much combat, but it's just like it would be nice to have a bit more. I guess we were just getting familiar with the system and stuff as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice for you to get to spend your lead in a way that doesn't involve shooting people, using it as the currency that it's supposed to do as well. That's something I think, you know, season 2 or whatever, I'd like to put in. yeah, well, a bit like where you are now in the books, Justin, of sort of Walls of the Callaway, you are seeing a bit more of the chivalric and
I think it's really cool.
rather than shooting them.
I think I was saying in the start of this that one of the things one of the things I've been looking for in an RPG system for a long time is one that allows you to do the chivalric knights on a quest thing without being tied up in all of like the gender norms of medieval society. And this is one of the settings where you can do that. And so I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't think there is any female gunslingers in the books, but
apart from the main character who's a female.
Apart from one of the main characters,
but who's known for being unusual because of that. Yeah.
But then I don't think it's ever really made much of, as far as I remember, a deal that she's just a gunslinger. It doesn't matter of gender.
Yeah, I think it's a big part of like it's part of many of the plots is that people don't expect it, but equally, no one knows what to expect of gunslingers anyway because they're such a what I mean. So
yeah. I mean, this is just talking about the Dark Tower books now.
We're just talking about Dark Tower books,
which is with the system. It's probably the biggest inspiration on the system is the Dark Tower books. So
and the book, the RP book we did on Lead is definitely meant to be like everyone. It can be a gunslinger. That's kind of obviously implicit by the book, which I think is really cool. Actually, I like. I mean, more so than most books with the art and stuff. It's like representative, all sorts, which is cool.
It is the same with the same character in the Dark Tower books. Is a double amputee. She hasn't got any legs below the knee, so the fact that there is gunslingers in wheelchairs in the book,
King does stick every single possible protected characteristics on this character. This character is like a quadruple whammy of every characteristic. So like it's like lots of representation in the Dark Tower series in this one character.
Yeah, that's true. It's all on one person.
But I think it is cool that like I'm glad the book carried that the Willingdon led art carries that through with having gunslingers in wheelchairs because it's a key feature of the series.
Yeah, and it's a key part. It's part of her character. It's times when it's a challenge and times when it's not relevant, and it's all. I think it's done well. Speaking as much as I can about that sort of thing.
But, it's always. I think it's good to have books like I think there's lots of positive things about that in adapting that for an old role-playing game. Anyway, but any of you guys have any other thoughts about the system, the heart, the dex, the strength part of it, or anything like that?
I didn't mind that. Just 3 stats. I thought that was fine. They were relatively easy enough to decide which one to roll on based on what you were doing. Mine felt low, like my dex and heart, at 8 with no modifier. Like you've got a 40% chance of success at those things, which feels maybe a bit mean. But I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But to be fair, I was 50-50 or better on all mine. It was like chance of rolls on that. So it's a bit cruel though. You're right.
I mean, I think maybe it'd be good if there was a way of improving them that didn't involve nearly dying in a very specific circumstance.
Yeah.
It's harsh, but it's also kind of refreshing in a role play to not have any chance of rerolls or anything like that, and just be like, you just failed. That's it. Because I think we were also used to being like, oh, I failed it. It's an important role. I have to do something about it. He's like, no, you can't. And like that's kind of it matches the, sharpness of the world, I think, as well.
Yeah, sharpness. That's a good one. Yeah, it is good. Yeah, 3 stats and not really any skills to go with it. I hope the next system we play on Monday doesn't have a whole long list of skills.
Who want that?
All you need is library use and spot hidden. If you put any points in anything else, you're a fool.
My flute will save us. Just you wait. Somehow.
I mean, found myself, this is a bit of a hint towards my character, I guess, found myself looking at antique cameras on eBay They're actually really cheap. I don't know whether they work, but
they're really cheap. They maybe don't work.
Well, yeah, but
they made a lot of them, to be fair. So,
yeah,
some brands
from that era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, less than I think 50 quid. Some of them.
You're just gonna get one to have as a prop for
inspiration, but it turns out it's cursed or something.
All of your dice rolls are like 100 every time.
Or it's I start being my character in my home life as well, which would go down well, I think. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks, Jack.
That didn't sound sarcastic at all, Jonny, then.
That's just my voice. I can't help it. I've been in trouble a lot over my life.
He does sound
sincere. It was sincere. Cool. Shall I do wrap up?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so links to things are below the stream, YouTube, social media, Discord. Join that and come and chat with us, and our Patreon, where you can support us if you enjoy what we do on the channel. Wednesdays, our Simba Room. This Thursday, the second pre-recorded episode of Delta Green will be streamed and premiered, which Sam and Justin and me are in, and Steve ran. That was fun. So watch that and watch the first one if you haven't already. That's on the YouTube. Next Thursday will be The Yellow King, and next Monday is the first episode of our Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign, which I'm going to be running, and these three and some other people are playing. It's all gonna be fine. That's both me reassuring myself as GM and reassuring you that your characters hopefully won't die in the first session.
Isn't that like the motto of Nyarlathotep or something? It's all going to be fine.
It's all going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to We Deal in Lead Season 2 already. Yeah, hopefully catch you next week for Call of Cthulhu Masks. Thanks, everybody.